Well, welcome to my little vintage finds video, I guess. If you watched my clothing collection video, I had talked about, I have too much stuff and I do have too many clothes. But every once in a while you have something that's coming up or something going on where you want something a little extra special or something that's themed to fit the occasion, I guess. So the couple things, the one dress that I bought is for that, and some other things I just happened upon and to get them. And I made a promise to myself that I would try not to get any more vintage stuff or try to wean down my shopping, but I love shopping. You girls know what I'm talking about. So in my head I was trying to justify that I'd only get things that were for something specific. If I was looking for an outfit or a skirt or sweater or whatever it may be, that is something for an event or something specific that I was doing. That's my thought. That's what I'm going to try to do. Or if it's something very unique that I don't have, because I have some things that's like, I got one like that, I got one like that, I got one like that, because I got a really good deal on them. So I'm trying to keep it to for something specific or for a reason or unique. I guess a lot of things could go into that category. So anywho, as you know, I've talked about my little teeny vintage camper, and that's how that's decorated. My park model up north is a little bit vintage. I have a little vintage things in there. The bathroom is pink Formica with an old sink, and that's kind of vintaged out pink a little bit. And my back bedroom, but the front of the camper kind of is just because it's kind of been remodeled and rehashed. Isn't vintagey, but I'm trying to vintage it out more, I guess. So I keep my eyes open for little things. Sorry, that's my puppy. Hey, puppy dog, stop scratching. They scratch, if they got a little rug or a little soft place, they always like, they're scratching to make a little nest so they can sit down and get comfortable, because both my puppies are in here. I thought I usually don't do any of this type of stuff with the puppies because they're always doing something or causing some type of chaos. So I have both Molly and Lily in here right now, and I'm hoping they're going to be quiet and cooperative. So, anywho, back to what I'm doing. So, I got two different sets of curtains, and one is for my back vintage bedroom, and that is kind of done yellows, and I have a old vintage chenille bedspread on it, and it has the old full dresser in the whole back of the camper. That is kind of reminiscent of this. It's in birchwood, of course, and it has a large mirror like this, and a dresser and a vanity with that you could take a little stool and you could sit up. So it's kind of a cute little thing, and then I have my bed back there and a little nightstand. It has two little windows. Well, the little windows right now, I just have some lace curtains that I had somewhere else that I had packed away for years. They're not vintage or anything, just something I had and put up on the windows. But if somebody's on my deck or on the back side of my trailer, they can look right in because they're not like privacy curtains or anything. So I've been kind of keeping my eye out for some little vintage, cute little kitschy window drapes to go back to that back bedroom. So I will show you them. I will try not to ramble on about everything I get, but I do that. So I'm going to be in and out of shot, reaching for this and reaching for that. But I kind of reconfigured my camera so it just shows a little bit different area of my bedroom, because I'm always at my vanity or kind of over by my hat section. So these are the curtains. They're really cute. They're kind of kit curtains, and I thought they were so cute because I got little teeny poodles and dogs all over them. And my first couple dogs, when I was young and up to high school age, I had little poodles. They're both named Fifi. So I found these little curtains, and they're two curtains, for one window. Aren't those cute? And they've got little kind of aqua tealy blue and peachy, orangey, and yellow. And it says best in show and first place, little balloons with the little puppy dogs. Those are cute. So those will both totally fit up there big enough because the windows are really tiny. So I'll be able to put one over each window for a little privacy. So I have two of those, and those will be for my back camper windows. So my back bedroom kind of is done. That was the last little decorating thing I needed for that. The bathroom's pink, and that's all done. It's pink Formica, kind of cute. That's all vintage though. And And I'm kind of going to start the process of doing a little vintage stuff towards the front of the camper, which is older section. But I found these kitchen curtains, and in the front of my camper there is your typical window that's over the kitchen sink that looks out, so I just kind of needed a little valance on that. So they had a full set of kitchen curtains, and they're long, pretty big long curtains. I don't know what they were covering, but a big kitchen window somewhere. And they're very cute and kitschy. So the valance will go over the window in the kitchen, over the sink, because I don't want anything covering that window because my look outside. You know, you're doing stuff at your sink and doing your dishes and whatnot, and you want to cover the window up anyway. So though that got a valance, and it came with the two long curtains that would probably go in a lower section or whatever. And I have another window that looks out into a porch. They added on this kind of a lean-to porch. It's like a little 12 by 12 room. That's kind of the catch-all room, kind of a guest room, and kind of this and kind of that. Keeps the fishing equipment and whatnot. So it has a window that looks out into that or the back of the door. And if somebody's sleeping out there, you want to have a little privacy. So these curtains will be perfect and will cover that whole window. So it will look like a window that's looking out, but it's not really looking outside. It's just looking into another room. So I'm going to cover those up. So perfect little farm. I love the colors. I love the blue and the red and the yellow. So those curtains will go up north to my Park Model Vintage Camper. So the next purchase, I have another little problem with, I like old radios. Hey, puppy dog! You're not going to make a nest there because it's the carpet. There's no rug there. I should give her a little blanket or something. So I'm going to step on over here, and the next thing, it's kind of a big... What is it? What is she bringing over? It is a great big old white Westinghouse, or it's just Westinghouse, not white Westinghouse. It was before the merger. Old radio, AM, FM, and it is heavy. So I hope you can kind of see. So it's a heavy old radio. So that's going to go up north because I think it's pretty cute. And it has the old rabbit ear antennas that go on it too, and it works like a dream, and the speaker's nice and clear and loud. And so I didn't tell you, each set of curtains, they were each between like 10 and 15 a piece, so not that bad. Two windows for $30. That's what you pay for something now, and they're cute and kitschy, and they got a little story with them. And I got this radio, excuse me. So those are my up north, hello, camper things I got. So those are going to go up north, so they have a home. So the next thing I'm kind of going to go over is the stuff that I got at Salvation Army. Usually find hats and purses over at Salvation Army for $5, $6. I usually get really good deals, really simple hats. Well, this hat, probably the most expensive hat out of any hats that I've ever bought. I usually get them anywhere from $5, $6, $7, and I think I spent $12 on one hat one time. This one was $15, which still isn't bad. But I'm going to give you a little close-up because it has all this beautiful beadwork on it. Is that gorgeous? Kind of on the top. I hope you can see that. It's kind of overcast here, so I have all my lamps on in my bedroom. And it's got a little net. It has one little tear. Whatnot. I don't usually wear the nets. I usually flip them up or tuck them in. And then I'll give you a little shot of the tag. I hope I have that positioned correctly for you. So that was $15, but I loved it. It doesn't need, I won't do any repairs. It doesn't need any reshaping. It must have been taken care of wherever it was. So I got that. And the next hat I got was only $5. That's usually what I usually spend on a hat. And the net is all good, except this has been stored somewhere and it has been scrunched and crunched and packed into something because it needs some work big time. And I have fixed many of my hats. It's very, very easy to fix these vintage hats. Even if they have flowers or netting or anything, you just steam them. I have one of those little cheap hand steamers. Fill it up with the water and the salt because you want soft water when you're steaming because that breaks, or that doesn't break the fabric down, but it softens the fabrics. So, and I have just held them. I have to do that sometime, a little video for you how I fix these vintage hats, because a lot of times I think people are like, oh, look at those hats, they're cheap and why would I want them? They look crappy and they're crunched, and you can fix those hats and it's really easy. So I have to show you that sometime. Anywho, So I got this little cute vintage hat with a little net over it, and then it didn't have any rips in it. I just have to steam it out because it's just kind of all, look at it, it's all crunched up and something looks like somebody sat on it for long periods of time. A little vintage hat, I got that for $5, so that was a super good deal. And then, I don't think this is a vintage hat, but I got it for my husband. It's just a cute little kind of cabana hat. Might be older, I'm not sure, I haven't looked it up. It's a little cabana hat because we're going to go to that tiki thing, and I think I might have him wear this with his tiki shirt that he's wearing. I just thought it'd be cute. It looks cute in hats. So that was $3. Not sure if it was vintage or not. I really haven't looked into it yet to see if it was. It may or may not be. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell. So I got that little hat. And the next thing I got at the thrift store, sorry I'm turning around, is one is vintage and one is not. But when you look at them, you're like, how can you tell which one it is? You can tell by the tags, and if the tags are embroidered, and sometimes a lot of these ties are old vintage feeling. Like so. This is the, I am not a vintage tie. And I'll show you the tag, and you'll kind of go like, oh yeah, I can kind of tell just by looking at the tag. That one, and it's, you know, really nice and silky. The older ones are kind of like thick and heavy, and this one, you'll go, oh, yes. This one is vintage. Old vintage tie. Kind of ugly colors and stuff, but I like getting the old vintage ties. So I got these for $1.99 a piece. Always look for a couple of different ties for my husband for his vintage stuff that he wears. And my last little vintage purchase that I got at Salvation Army is a purse. I don't have, well I do have, yes I do kind of have a box purse. And this one was $15, and I just had to clean it up. And what I'll do, I know you can buy like special, oh what am I trying to think of, like lotions or whatever to, because it's not leather, it's a vinyl of some sort. What I have found that I do, if I have, even I've used it on leather too, are these old vinyls, petroleum jelly. I will take Vaseline. I don't know if that's kosher and that's what you're supposed to, but this is what I have done. So old shoes or old leather purses or whatever, I will wipe them down with a good coating of petroleum jelly, let it set a little bit, and then I'll buff it all out. And it does the trick, and it seems to, I suppose it puts that oil back in, just like I'm sure there's treatment oils and stuff. But it cleaned up really nice. I'll show you this. Oh, isn't that adorable? Little purse, and it's got a little turquoise, not turquoise, what am I talking about? Tortoiseshell looking in it. I'm sure it's not real tortoiseshell. Some of that stuff was, but this isn't, I'm sure. And then a little clip. Real nice shape and clean inside. And it has the 4 little pegs on the bottom. And this you can hold quite a bit of stuff in. So that was $15 at Salvation Army. So more than I usually spend on my purses. But it was so cute, I liked it. So I got that. So that was my last Salvation Army purchase. And I got off eBay, I just picked up some more because you guys know that I love my little hair covers that I will get up and put on in the morning. So I got a set of 4 of these from a nice little vendor off of eBay. And I got them, and I got 2 blue ones, and they fit just fine. And then it came with these other 2 that they said they were caps too. But they're kind of like, they're weird. And it says it's caps. You can't wear them over the rollers, of course. It would just be over your hair, so your loose piled hair. But they don't even quite fit right. So I got a hold of the vendor and said, you know, I know you said they're scarves and they're supposed to be head scarves, but they don't fit right, and maybe if you were a teen or somebody with a small head they'd work. So she said, you know, send them back and I'll reimburse you that in the shipping, which was really nice. Most of the vendors off of eBay are pretty good like that. But I said, I'm just going to keep them. They're, you know, I only get back, you know, for this and the send back would be like $9, which, you know, I guess if you really didn't want. But I thought, you know, I'm going to use them for they're like little pouches, and I thought they'd be nice little things to keep my slips in. I could fold it up and they'd stay. You know how you put slips in the drawer and they slip it all over the place. So I thought I'm going to use them to fold up and put my slips in. Use them for another thing. You know, so I'm not even going to send it back. So I sent it back and said, nope, I changed my mind. I'm going to keep them and repurpose them and use them for this. And thanks so much for taking them back. And she had a lot of nice stuff. I will save her because she was very gracious. I would have taken them back. She says, well, that's what they are. And they probably are for somebody with a small head or something, but I will repurpose those. So I got those off of eBay. Now let me think. I think we've gotten through everything except for one more thing, which I need to disengage my camera for. And if you got a hint, when I was doing morning coffee with you on Saturday morning, I said, hey, if you look over my shoulder, that's what the other deal I got is. So I don't know if you figure out what it was, but I will show you what it is. So I'm just gonna disengage my camera here. Sorry about that. Oh, look at the room. Anyway, I got these cute little vanity. I'm going to move my picture of my boys when they're little. Oh, aren't they cute? I got these cute little vanity lamps. And they are vintage, and they are hand-painted vanity lamps. I hope I can do this without causing some type of issue or whatever, and I'm sorry if it's all out of focus. But if you look inside, right there, they're hand-painted. So some lady probably did these at a ceramics class, and from the plug it looks like it's probably from the 70s sometime that she did it, but it's beautiful. Look at that, all hand painted, and they went to class probably and they hand painted it and fired it, and so it's just cute as a bug. But not one, but I got two of them. Aren't those cute? They are so cute, exactly the same, and they got the initials inside, so they're hand painted from some lady at a ceramics class or something. Oh, who's that? It's me when I was little. So now I feel like kind of like my vanity is finished off. There I am in the back. So I've got my little vanity, and my grandpa made the vanity back in the 60s with a little vanity mirror. It was my grandma Beans, and I had this cute little, and I think you've probably seen this before, but it's a headboard. Oops, I don't got it plugged in. It's a headboard light. But I clipped that up on my mirror, so I got a little extra light in here. So my grandpa made that. So, and it was a whitewash color, and I just decided to spruce it up, but with some different colors of this and that. So, anywho, those are all the things that I have purchased and found and gotten within the next, or the last. I'm sorry, I'm having troubles with my camera here. Oh, and my babies are barking. So anywho, I got everything back. My son came home and the dogs were barking. I couldn't get the camera back in. Everything's all settled. So that's pretty much all of my stuff that I got. I did get one other dress, but I'm not going to show you that today because it is for when we go to the Tiki Lounge. 1970s. Very kitschy, bright and bold, and wait till you see it. Can't wait till you see it. It's very cute though. It's a long maxi dress. Oh, groovy. So you'll see that next week. So I'm not going to show you that today, but that is one of the other things that I got. So that's all the stuff that I have gotten within this last month between in-town thrift store, Salvation Army, and some of my eBay stuff. So I just thought I'd share that with you for any of you other vintage enthusiasts who like to get good deals or like to get that cute kitschy stuff. And like I said, trying to wean myself off getting only things that I really need. And I think I am, because I'm like, everything that I've shown you has a place and a purpose. So when you're getting things, you should always think of that. Place and purpose and use. Or gift. Perhaps a gift for somebody. So thanks for joining me with my vintage finds this time. Until next time, and I have more to show you, I will see you then.